Debate over the direction of the United States. That's how many see the 2012 campaign shaping up after the addition of Paul Ryan to the Republican presidential ticket. Amy Holmes is an anchor for GBTV and a conservative commentator. Bernard Whitman is a Democratic strategist and former pollster to Bill Clinton. Welcome to both of you. Good morning. Amy, I'm going to start with you on this one. Speaking aboard their campaign plane, Mitt Romney had this to say about his new running mate. Listen.
For us, this is a campaign of ideas and a direction for America. What's America going to be? What kind of nation are we going to be? How are we going to help people across this country have a better future? And having two people talk about that, I think, is a far more compelling dynamic than just being out there on my own.
Romney essentially saying there that two heads are better than one. So is that Paul Ryan's biggest asset, Amy, the ability to sell Mitt Romney and help him connect in a way that really Romney has been pretty much unable to do up to this point?
Well, it's certainly a very valuable asset that Paul Ryan is such a clear articulator of conservative fiscal values. And this choice, I'm sure you've seen the conservative blogosphere, the online community, as well as the activist community. They are thrilled with this pick because Paul Ryan really bridges that policy wonk side with the political side. He's an inside the beltway creature to a large degree. He grew up politically in Washington, D.C., so he's a very well-known quantity, but he also has that appeal to the Tea Party activists, those people who see our deficit, our fiscal future as being really the top issues in this election.
And Bernard, the Obama-Biden team is already mocking this new duo, calling them the go-back team and saying that their policies will hurt everyone from seniors to students. Do you think, is this the race that the Obama White House wanted?
Absolutely, and I'll tell you why. It shows a very clear vision for America. We have a difference in opinion of a shared prosperity for all Americans, where everybody moves forward together, versus a vision of America where the winner takes all and those at the top continue to reap the benefits while those in the middle and bottom fall further and further behind. Why do I say that? Ryan would be an absolute disaster for seniors, for the middle class, for women, for gay Americans. He authored the Medicare plan to change that system into a voucher program, which would cost seniors $6,000 a year or more. He voted against the Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. He voted against Don't Ask, Don't Tell hate crimes legislation. He's against civil unions. And perhaps most importantly, he would favor giving multimillionaires a $725,000 tax cut, which would force a tax increase on middle-class families with kids of $2,000. So I think that the choice of Ryan underscores the vast difference and also suggests that Mitt Romney's pretty scared, given the fact that he's running 7 points behind in national polls, latest CNN poll, and 11 points behind with independents.
Amy, President Obama, if you look at the senior vote, lost the senior vote by 8 percentage points to Senator McCain. I mean, so is it wise, do you think, to focus on the Ryan plan and the impact on Medicare? Will that benefit him, do you think?
Well, certainly that's what the Obama campaign wants to do, and you just heard those talking points and that litany of charges against Paul Ryan. I'm not going to get into rebutting each and every one of them, but it's clearly the Obama campaign tactic, which is to try to Palinize Paul Ryan, to try to make this ticket so anathema that no reasonable person, when meanwhile Paul Ryan is a very reasonable politician, and I don't think the Obama campaign is going to get away with that tactic as they did 4 years ago, because so many members of the political and media class have grown up with Paul Ryan. They know him to be a reasonable guy. For example, he voted for banning workplace discrimination against people, with same-sex preferences. So if you were to look at his record, I don't think it's going to be able, that the Obama campaign is going to be able to caricature it quite as much as they might want to.
What about the battle for independence? I mean, both campaigns trying to pick up independence. Ryan is a fresh face, pretty much unknown outside Washington. Do you think, Bernard, his presence might help Romney gain some ground there?
Honestly, I don't think so, because independents don't share his view of an America where the top get better and better and the bottom continue to struggle. And I think what it really underscores is the difference between Paul Ryan and Joe Biden. I mentioned in my book, 52 Reasons to Vote for Obama. Joe Biden is reason 36. Why? He helped end the war in Iraq. He traveled there 8 times as vice president. He helped to negotiate the budget and tax compromises with Congress in 2010 and 2011. And he chaired and implemented, I should say, the stimulus plan, which helped create or save 3.5 million jobs. So when you compare Joe Biden and his experience over 30 years in foreign policy to Paul Ryan, who's really, for the most part, looked to limit those in the middle class. I think Americans have a clear vision of the difference between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney and between Paul Ryan and Joe Biden.
Bernard Whitman, Amy Holmes, thank you both very much. We'll see you next weekend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.